Hello, viewers. Welcome to another episode of Keymax Realty America Shopner Bari, the dream home in America. I'm your host, Mohammad Kabir. Today, as usual, I have a great guest and a very knowledgeable guest who is an expert on home inspection. His name is Khurram Agha. Khurram Agha, welcome to my show.
Thank you very much, sir. Nice meeting you.
Thank you. Khurram has performed over, how many you said?
5,000.
5,000 home inspection.
Yeah, New York State, yes.
In New York State. Wow, wow. And over 10 years.
Over 10 years, almost
Over
10 years.
So you know it's a gold.
Yes.
So we're going to try to understand like what's in home inspection, what do we need to do as a buyer, as a seller, even as a bank and investor, right?
Right.
So welcome to my show, Khurram.
Thank you.
So when you get a call from a buyer or from an investor or anyone, say, hey, I want to perform an inspection of my house, where exactly you start?
So the first thing I ask them, did you decide any dates? It's very important.
Okay.
And most of the time they say yes. And then we decide one date. And then I tell them, go back with your realtor and make sure he tells everybody, buyers, the owner, the buyer, sailors,
Everybody.
and everybody has to know the date
So you
at the
need
same
the
time.
access.
Yes, we access. So we can perform without any problem.
Right.
Yes.
That's
That's
good.
the first step.
Then
yes.
you select the date.
Then we select the date depending on everybody. You know, we have few options, and then when everybody's agreed on one option, and then that's where we go
So
to.
you don't talk about money, how much you charge.
Of course, they already know that.
They already know.
You know that, yeah.
Okay, so let's say you get the date
Right,
and you are there
right.
outside of the house. What do you start? What do you?
So most of them buyers with me. Sometimes they are not, but we start from outside most of the time.
Outside.
Yes.
So what do you see exactly outside?
Okay, we start from the foundation, very important part of the house. Foundation, and then we check the siding, sidewalks, if they're in violation, driveways, and then roof.
Roof.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about outside of the house for foundation purpose. What truly you see?
Okay, so there are many different things. The main important thing, see any cracks. Any
Cracks.
vertical cracks are very dangerous for the house, or horizontal cracks. So
Okay.
if I see any cracks, I had them let them know right away. We might have a problem with the foundation, but then we have to go inside and make sure.
So if you see thin layer crack, if you see half-inch crack, or if you see 1-inch crack, like what could it cause? Like
Yeah.
why the cracks happens, and what's the way to protect it?
Okay, so there are many ways that happens. For settlement, weather, and maybe the houses are old. In New York especially, houses are very old, maybe over 100 years old.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they need some fixed
Maintenance.
yes.
All the time.
Time, yes. So a few minor cracks are no problem, but if you see deep cracks, then there's a problem. Then
So when you see a crack, can this crack like make the foundation go down, or it's like the impact?
Yeah, depends on what kind of crack is that, yes. Yes. And then we have to call the engineer to decide.
Engineer.
Yes, that's the next step. If I see there's a problem, there might be a bigger problem, then I'll tell them to recommend an engineer, and then they can come and decide.
Okay, so engineer will decide
Right.
that was the effect on the
Exactly.
crack,
Is it
right?
repairable
But
or
you don't decide.
No, I don't decide.
You
that.
just visually see it,
Exactly.
and you let them know,
Right.
And you recommend them.
Exactly.
So as a licensed inspector, mostly you view everything,
Right.
and you recommend.
Exactly.
So engineer is the next step.
Right, exactly. Let's put it this way. I'm a family doctor. When you go to a family doctor, if you have any special problem, he will recommend you to specialist.
Wow, well said.
That's what it is.
That's a
Yeah.
great way of saying. So on the foundations, as a home buyer or seller or a home owner, so tell us like when they should be really worried, like if they see any crack or anything on the foundation part only.
Right. So if you see any deep cracks,
Yeah.
and if they see water is seeping in, then they have to take it right away before it gets worse and worse. Yes.
Wow.
So that's very important. Yes.
So that's your foundation.
That's foundation. Yes.
So you after foundation, what do you truly check?
Then I check the siding,
Siding.
how the siding is it insulated or not, and if it's broken or not, or what kind of siding is that. I have to describe it to the buyer and let them know if it's fine or no.
Okay,
Yeah.
so this the foundation part is done, right?
Right.
Then where you go next?
And then I check the roof.
roof.
Yeah, there are two ways of checking the roof. Either I use drone or I use my camera. Close to the airport, you cannot use drone, so I use my camera, GoPro camera, take all the pictures, and then see what kind of roof is that, how old the roof is, if there's damage on the roof.
So how many different types of roofs?
There are different type of shingles.
Like most common.
Yeah, flat roof and shingles.
So flat roof is like this.
It's totally flat, yes.
And the other one is
Right,
like
exactly.
this, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have to see if there's a damage on the roof.
So what's the difference between the Y is flat and Y is
Okay,
shingle?
some houses are flat, especially attached houses. They are flat. They have a flat roof in New York.
Okay,
Yes.
attached house.
Attached house, right? Most of them,
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah.
thing to know. So most of the attached house is flat roof.
Flat roof, yes.
So is the flat roof is more durable or the
Flat
fiber?
roof is less expensive to repair and fix. Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Shingles are more expensive. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes.
So flat roof don't have shingle.
They have shingle, no, just flat. Yeah, rolling. It's a roll. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. This is
Yeah.
so much knowledge to know.
Yes, of course. Once you buy a home, then you have to learn everything. You know. Yes.
That's why this program, our
Exactly.
show,
Uh-huh,
what
yes.
we're trying to do, we're trying to educate
Right. Right.
and share our knowledge
Right.
to our audience.
That's very good.
So
thing,
if somebody
yes.
is buying, they see today's episode and they're going to be like, wow, all
Right.
these things we have to do.
Exactly.
Home
Yes.
inspection, right?
Definitely. Yes. Very good.
So if you find, sometimes I see on the shingles, it's like layer after layer after layer.
Mm-hmm.
How many layers they can go?
So it used to be 3 layers, but now they changed it to 2 layers. So after two layers, you have to change the whole roof.
Oh, you can.
Yes. Yeah, because too much weight. 3 roofs, too much weight. Yes. So they
Because,
change. Yes.
because every layer is carrying
Yeah. Yeah.
more weight.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. So they're gonna change after 2 layers. You're gonna have a new
So
roof.
what's the worst thing you find in the roof?
Shingle, damaged shingles, water leaking inside. Yeah. Animals goes in the roof. They make hole.
That's
yeah.
probably when you have trees.
Tree, exactly,
Yeah,
close to
yeah,
the tree, especially Long Island area. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my house had few trees. I took them up.
Oh, good, very good
But I
idea.
see them
Yes.
there just, making-
Always suggest them don't have a tree over your roof.
Over your roof.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly.
yeah. That's a.
Yeah.
So once you find any damages, and what do you tell them?
So
Change the
my
roof?
job is to find the damage and let them know, and then recommend changing the roof or repairing the roof.
So you tell them like this roof has partial problem. You can fix a little bit, or you tell
Yeah.
them change the whole roof.
Whole roof, exactly. Yes.
Depending
Depending
on-
on roof,
on your
condition of the
findings.
roof, because right now also you have problem with insurance companies. If they see a damaged roof or very old roof, you have a problem with getting the insurance.
Really?
Yes. So you have to make sure your roof is in good condition
Oh.
before you buy the house.
So if you have 15 years
Mm-hmm.
old roof and your roof is not leaking but is bad, can you call insurance company to take a check?
Yes, now the insurance company are very tricky. They have their own way to do the inspection. So they will tell you, oh, so old roof, we're not doing the inspection. We're not doing the insurance policy for this, change the roof. Or then they will tell you, call inspector, make sure he inspect for us and give us a note that it's a good roof.
Oh, okay.
So then
okay.
I have to go and again check the roof and write it down if it is
nice.
fine or not. Yeah.
So after the roofing, where you go? You go to plumbing?
Then we go inside. Yeah. Then most of the time we go to the basement first. Yes,
Basement.
Everything is in the basement.
So give us a whole walk in the basement.
Right. Yeah. Basement
What
is
do you
like a
do?
heart of the house. Everything is there.
Oh, it's
yeah.
heart of the
Yeah.
house.
Yes. Yes. Everything. All the systems are there. Yes.
Uh-huh.
So we start from the foundation inside. I'll check if there's any mold or any asbestos on the pipes or on the foundation, or any cracks or any water seeping in. And once I'm done with the foundation, then I'll check the heating system.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I turn off the heat. I make sure it's working and hot water temperature is fine.
So in New York City, when you go some basement,
Mm-hmm.
it's like so many people living there, even they should not live there.
Exactly.
And it's very hard to even find where is the power
Exactly.
breakers
Yes.
and
Yes.
where is the valve. and
Yeah.
everything.
Now that's where your experience come in.
Mm-hmm.
Once I walk in, I know already where the things should be. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you're right. Sometimes it's very hard to find things. Yes.
So if you walk in a basement and you
Mm.
see like on the floor, like it's a steamy smell or thing.
Right. That
like,
means
what is that for?
the different reason. Maybe it's so much moisture, and sometimes water is coming from the ground.
Really?
So you have to remove some tiles and make sure there's no water inside the tile, behind the tiles, on the floor.
Mhm.
Yes. Or there's too much moisture. Yes.
Too much moisture.
Yes.
Wow.
And then you have to open the windows, use dehumidifier.
Because some of the basement they don't even have windows.
Yes, I know. Then
So that's a-
it's not healthy to do there. Then that you can have a mold there, because there's no ventilation. Yes. Yeah.
So when you do inspection, you also you check the mold, right?
I check the mold. Yes. If I see any visible mold, I just let them know. I write in my report, there's a mold there, and they have to call mold specialist to do more inspection and to remove it or whatever they want to do.
So this mold, which area most commonly you find mold?
By the moisture, if you see any moisture in the basement, then you'll see the mold.
It's on the pipe or
on the pipe, on the foundation wall itself. If you
Really?
see black marks,
Uh-huh.
then that means there's a mold.
Oh.
Yes.
Sometimes you see greenish.
Greenish and blackish, yes,
Greenish
small,
and
yeah, that's
black,
mold,
right?
yes, kind of mold, yes. So then you have to remove it, yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
it's
okay.
not healthy, yes.
Oh, so that's not.
Yeah.
So you check the whole basement.
Mm-hmm.
You check every corner and everything. And if you find mold, you find the steam.
Steam, yeah.
You find these. You put it on your inspection.
Right, exactly, yes.
Right?
Then I recommend to call further investigation or remove it, yeah.
Nice. So after that, where you go?
Then first floor, now the easy work.
Easy
Hard
work?
job is done outside and basement. Now it's easy work, it's mostly cosmetic work. We look at the windows, we open the windows, we'll see how old the windows are, if they're open and closed, shut down properly, and check the doors, all the doors are working, there's no air coming in, everything. And then we check the paint. What kind of paint is that? Yes.
So how do you check the lead-based paint?
Actually, we don't do that, but there are so many ways to check it. I have a home remedy thing. I check them, let them know there might be a lead, so they have to call a professional to do the more inspection for the lead. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
So then where you go?
Then we check the kitchen, all the piping, all the water pressure, all the appliances, if they're working, refrigerators fine.
You go to the attic?
Definitely, attic is very important because if there's any leak on the roof, the first thing we'll see on the attic. Any
Really?
leak, yes. So we have to go to the attic,
so,
yes.
So attic will be the first symbol.
Yes,
first
for
sign.
the first sign for
First
the
sign of
leaking.
leak.
Yes, yeah. Attic or second floor. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
How about the plumbing?
Plumbing we check in the basement. Check the main sewer line. If we see any water flowing back, that means it's clogged or it's damaged from inside. Then again, definitely have to recommend a plumber. They're going to come, they do own inspection. Then they can put the camera inside the pipes and see if there is damage or just to clean up.
So you don't check those plumbing?
No, I just let them know if there's a problem. There might be a problem if there's a backing up.
So what physically you do to see?
Okay, I run the water for like 15 minutes for the whole house.
Okay.
If there's a problem, the water will start backing up. That's a key thing.
Also, you keep all the water running?
Running, yeah, for at least 10-15 minutes, yes, to
And
make
then-
sure it's not backing up. So if I see any backup, then I have to let them know. I'll recommend to do more inspection for that. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
And then, so when the water is leaking and you see water is not passing by,
Right.
right? It
Yes.
is the
It's clogged. Yes.
It's
yes.
clogged.
Yeah. Clogging one sink or two, one tub is okay, but if you see clog everywhere, that means there's a problem with the main sewer line.
main sewer line.
Yes, that's very important because
and since you're an inspector, I know why it's so important
Yes.
to maintain
Exactly.
main sewer line clean, because I saw a couple of bad experiences with my friends'
yes,
houses
Yes.
when the backlog.
right.
So explain to the audience
Yeah.
why it's so important.
So if you don't know what's going on under the ground. Even I don't know. But if I see any backup, I will definitely recommend get the plumber and get the inspection done inside the pipes. And they use the camera and they'll let you know what's the problem, because if your sewer system, your pipes are damaged by the street, you are responsible for that, and you have to fix it, and that can cost you up to $20,000. So it's better to do an inspection for the sewer all the time before you purchase a house, so you make sure there's no damage inside the pipes. And then otherwise sometimes you're gonna end up spending around $20,000.
So people have to understand all our wastewater, the bathing, when you do cooking,
Right,
cleaning,
right.
draining, you're using the toilet,
toilet, right,
you're
yes,
flushing,
yes.
the paper towel, everything, it ends to one pipe.
Exactly, one main
And
pipe.
that is the main pipe.
Main pipe,
to the-
yes, yes.
So just imagine when you are buying a house, before probably 100 years,
Yes.
somebody were using
Exactly.
it. Maybe 50 years, and they never checked it.
They never checked
So
it,
you
exactly.
buying it,
Yes.
you need to check it.
Check it, exactly.
Because once that main sewer line clogged, all water are going to back up to your floor.
Absolutely.
Just imagine.
You're absolutely
it's so
right.
Nasty,
Yes,
right?
yes. And I always recommend them once you get the house, just clean the main sewer run at least every 2 years.
2 years.
Yes.
Yeah, every
yes,
2 years.
Yes.
I do my house every year.
Every year, that's fine. Yeah,
You know?
but yeah.
Because I got a cheap deal.
Okay,
you
yeah.
will come every year.
Beautiful.
And you will do.
That's even better.
So I have
yeah.
peace of my mind.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, and then
Because one time I had issues.
Yes.
Then I said, like,
I know.
instead of paying 800 one
Right.
time, you rather pay $100.
We learned the hard way,
So,
Yeah.
so after the clock, so you advise.
Right.
Then heating.
Of course, check the heating from the downstairs. Check the boiler, how old the boiler is, and the most boiler are from 20 to 25 years average life, but some boilers are like 80, 90 years old, and they're still working. They're still running.
Was the deepest like the?
I've seen 100 years old boiler.
Really?
Yes.
So
and it was running fine.
No, they maintain good then.
Yeah, but the problem is that they take too much oil. You paying too
okay.
much bill. Yeah, it's always recommended to change it. Yes. So I always tell them, it's an old boiler, it's working, but you should change it and get the energy efficient boilers. Yes. So you can save some money.
Wow.
That's your goal. Once you buy a house, you need to spend and save all the time. So you have to be very wise. Yes.
16 minutes
Okay.
Yes.
So, Agha,
Yes.
we've been talking for a little while.
Sure.
We have to go for a break.
Sure.
Hello, viewers. We are going for a break. Please stay with your best program, your lovable program, KMX Realty America Shop Nirvani. We'll be right back after our break. Thank you.